Welcome back. KF Juniors up next, the official British Junior Championship class. Now, if you're involved in karting, if you're a karting dad, there's a couple of phone calls you want to hear. The first one is, hello, this is the Racing Steps Foundation, or maybe, hello, this is Ron Dennis from McLaren. The third phone call you might want to hear is, hello, I'm Paul Fletcher and I'd like to offer you a position in my team. And this gentleman joins me alongside. It is Paul Fletcher, owner of PF International. You're a great supporter of karting, Paul. I know, like me, you think people should stay in karting a long time. Forever. You've picked up Phil Rawson this year. Known Phil a long time. I think it's a good choice. What was your thinking behind that?
Well, it was that his mechanic was also the mechanic for Mark, and he was using our workshop. And it was just an opportunity. We had the engines and that, and Philip was there, and he was going well in the max classes, and we thought we'd give him a try. It was as simple as that. I don't think there was anything really devious or not devious. I think it was all quite straightforward and easy to do as well.
Yeah, and he did really well, didn't he, at the first round at Rower? I know you were there watching that. Interesting end to the race, but great result for Phil there.
Yes, quite a surprise really, because it was on reasonable pace, but not that sort of pace. It all came out right in the end, as karting can do, can't it?
Yeah. And conditions here pretty changeable today, very wet and miserable at the moment. How's Phil been going so far?
Well, he went out then in the warm-up this morning on new tyres, which of course you can't use those tyres because the race tyres are new as well. And he was fourth fastest, which was very good, very good.
And what are you hoping from Phil this season? Is this going to be a long-term commitment from you? And have you asked Phil for a commitment to karting over the longer term?
Not really, no. We got him as a junior, and that's really probably what we're going to do. When he moves up, he moves into the same class as Mark, of course, and I only have one senior. Usually that's the case. We did very well to get a license for Philip, and we only went an international license because at a certain age you move up, but he was so light he was able to get a continued license for KF3, which he had no experience of before. And it's a big difference from junior max. You know, max is a different class. I'm not running it down, but it's not KF3.
Okay, well, look forward to seeing Phil this afternoon.
Okay, we'll see how it goes on. Thank you.
So here we go then with the official British Junior Championship. Daniel Ticktum and Phil Rawson on the front row. So Paul will be keeping an eye on Philip on the front row of the grid. Johan Darawala and Jamie Caroline are there on row 2. Daniel Macaulay and Ross Martin on row 3. And the up-and-coming Harrison Newey alongside Max Futrell, with Billy Monga and Shai Mongol on 5th row of the grid. Let's have a look and see how we go. There's a bit of contact into turn 1, but already that's a great move from Jamie Caroline to get past Phil Rawson as they shuffle their way up the straight, and it's already looking like the lead is going to be changed here. Yes, indeed, Caroline up the inside to take the lead early on, but I don't think he's going to hold it forever. There's a lot of bumping and boring at the back of the field as everybody tries to shape up their positions, but it's Caroline who leads it for the time being. Very close indeed. Darawala's down to 4th position, and Caroline just there in front of Daniel Ticktum.
Phil Rawson's in 3rd place, but I can tell you, Jake, he's got a problem with tyres. He's used up his tyres earlier in the day. Didn't register a spare set. As you see, a change for the lead. Daniel Ticktum through to the lead. Rawson's gone with him, but he won't be there for long, I don't think, Jake. His tyres are destroyed, and he is not going to hold on to 2nd place as he's got there. His tyres will be going off big time. Should have registered a spare set of wets. He was able to do that. They failed to do so, and I think we may see, as this race goes on, him paying for that decision.
Yes, indeed. Well, Darawala is up to 3rd place, past Caroline, who suddenly goes from 1st to 4th. Darawala runs wide, and Caroline up the inside, and there's a spinner in the mid-pack. That's Newey. Newey in the 12. He'd done a brilliant job in qualifying to get into the top 10 from the previous final, of course, and now it's all been thrown away. So disaster for Harrison Newey. 2nd last time, of course, at Rowra, and now he's got a huge amount of work to do here at Glenagorse. So we're looking through the midfield. There's Darawala, still 3rd in front of Caroline. In 5th position, that's the art cart of Dean McDonald, the 52 in 5th position, just managing to hold his place in front of, that's Ross Martin in the 33, and he's got damage. He's got damage to the back there. So he's definitely had some contact somewhere, Alan.
He may get a mechanical flag for that. Bumps over the curbs. That's not going to help the rear bumpers. Have a look. Well, it's still on as we see McDonald up the inside of Caroline. Caroline tags him back. McDonald over the grass. Martin into the back of McDonald. And Martin's got him down the inside into the carousel at the bottom of the hill. More contact at the bottom of the hill. In behind Dean McDonald's all kicking off.
It looked like Daniel McCauley was trying to get his way through there as well. This is fantastic. We've got some real wheel-to-wheel stuff now. Now we've got the battling pair of the 23 of Futrell and Chimonkol behind them as well. It's all go here at Glanigor's Park. Wheel-to-wheel stuff as we watch Darawala now moving. Is that for second position? I think he has. Yes, gone into second place now. So he's managed to get closer to Tictum, who leads very comfortably now. Rawson has now been beaten for second place by Jahan Darawala, who has had huge amounts of pressure steeped on him right from the beginning of the year. The Force India Academy driver has been told basically by his team that nothing short of championship victory is good enough. Now, if that's not an ultimatum, I don't know what is. And at a very wet Glanigor's Park, he's going to have to work very hard to get that, because Tictum's got a country mile. Dean McDonald still battling it out with McCauley up the inside, having lost the position. Now he runs wide, and McCauley is back there, swapping positions at every corner. This is brilliant stuff, and each driver is taking advantage of the other's mishap through the corners. So these two swapping positions. McDonald banzais up the inside of Paddock Bend, and that was beautifully done. He takes back the place and into turn one. Goodness me, we're only early into this race and already it's all go.
Fantastic racing by those two, Dean McDonald and the 41 on the 52 and the 41 of Dan McCauley. Cracking racing between them. No quarter arse given. That is McDonald up the inside, and you can see there Phil Rawson, Jake going backwards on that 29 as I predicted early in the race, all for a set of tyres. If he'd have had those tyres in Parc Ferme as a spare set, he could have put them on the kart and he would have been in much better position now. There is the 29 kart as 65 Enam Ahmed goes up the inside of Phil now, and Phil going backwards in a hurry. He will be desperately disappointed. Qualified on the front row. Let's have a look at this earlier overtake. Here's McDonald up the inside of Dan McCauley. Sweet move in that part of the track as he comes through the compression complex, and then McCauley gets him in a classic switchback move, comes back underneath him. Cracking racing by the pair.
Well, it looks like Caroline actually made his move on McDonald as well. No, sorry, I think McDonald got past Caroline, so that should promote him up into fourth position. So McDonald really having a great run in the damp conditions. It's not exactly torrential at this point. The rain has eased off, so it's that dangerous little point between dry and wet. It's that greasy surface that every driver has to balance with. It's not very easy to get a good rhythm in these conditions. You have to work so hard with the kart. And as for Philip Rawson, well, not registering a spare set of wets in Parc Ferme, that's going to cost him very dearly. Conditions like this have played to his rivals as a result of that. Now Tictum, there he is, leading comfortably from Jahan Darawala, the Force India driver. Desperately trying to close in, but Tictum has got a beautiful rhythm going here. He's looking absolutely impervious to everybody around him. He's just looking back. Where is everybody? I've got a huge amount of breathing space. This is Lucas Orrock take two. Brilliant stuff from Daniel Tictum, who is really making sure that he gets this win absolutely perfectly. Darawala a long way back, and the pair of them have left third place behind. I can't even see third place entering the picture. That's how far these two have pulled away, and it's definitely between these two, and it's going to be more about whether Tictum can hold on rather than whether Darawala can close in. We've got a few spots of rain on the camera, so once again the rain is back, and Darawala sets the fastest lap, 47.10, but is he going fast enough with enough time to catch Daniel Tictum? That's the real question.
You get your answer as he goes past the start-finish line. The last lap board out has a big look over his shoulder. No need to, because Darawala, although he set the fastest lap, is a mile behind, and Darawala's well clear in second place from the driver in third. But through the spoon, down the hill for the last time, it is Daniel Tictum. Tictum was disappointed after that incident at the first round to be nerfed off at the bottom of the circuit. He blamed Phil for that. And certainly the videos seem to support Daniel's assertion, but the investigation was made by the officials and no fault was apportioned to Philip Rawson. He held on to the win. Daniel ended up down in 3rd place that day, but he's going to take the win today. A comfortable victory for Daniel Tictum. He'll be delighted with that. Darawala is well clear in 2nd place. Who's in 3rd? Well, whoever it is a mile behind, and it is Ross Martin, whose bumper has held on for the whole race. Ross, your first podium in KF Junior, I think that was. You look absolutely delighted.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the finish. Overall, the day was really good day. In the second heat, I was leading it by quite a lot, and my tyre came off, so I was unfortunate in that heat. But in the final, started 5th, came all right. Started 6th, the second final, and fought my way through at the start. It was a really good start, but there was a lot of passing and overtaking that I had to work hard on, but the last 5 laps, that was a struggle. My tyres were starting to slow down, and I had to hold on, and in the last lap I had to fend off Dean McDonald. And overall, a great weekend. I'd just like to thank Wright Karts and GFR Engines.
I just did my job, and I couldn't really catch him. The gap was the same the whole race, and at the end I'm happy to come 2nd and good points for the championship.
Daniel, I know you were really disappointed after that first round, but obviously absolutely delighted today, I guess.
Yeah, it's been quite a good weekend. Well, really good. We put it on pole in qualifying, which was good. And in the first heat, we had a bit of a crash at the top because it was raining on slicks. It was quite hard conditions. Then we were really fast in the heat and the pre-final as well, and won the final as well, so it's been a great weekend all round.
Total annihilation then by Daniel Tictum, and it moves him to the top of the championship, just 4 points clear of Jahan Darawala. Rawson is there in 3rd, ahead of Dean McDonald in 4th, with Ross Martin and Daniel McCauley rounding out the top 6, and there's only 39 points between the 6 of them, so this really is going to be a close contest for the remainder of the 2013 campaign. Junior TKM next, so stick the kettle on and join us after the break for more Fast Action.